Hello, good afternoon. It's Saturday. Let's do a little makeup with Seint Beauty. I'm actually going to try to share this really quick to my Facebook because I'm on my beauty page right now. We'll see if it works. You never know. I'm not too savvy. Usually my husband does this, but he's got to work today. He's always so good. I can usually text and say, "Can you do this?" And he's like, "Sure." So I'm hoping that I'm live. It hasn't given me the notification yet, but we'll see. Maybe. I think I got it. Maybe. Okay. Hello. My apologies for taking up 30 seconds of that. But let's get started. Let's do some makeup, okay? So I am really happy with my skin. I put on a little bit of self-tanner last night, and so I could probably go out just like this and be completely fine. I put on some mascara, some lip gloss, good to go. But I like to put on a little bit more. So we're going to do that. This is Seint. This is a compact. It's all in one. It's a magnetic compact that you put these little metal tins in there and it just pops in. You pick the size that you want. We have eyeshadows, we have brushes, all kinds of tools that go along with the makeup. You can really spend as less or as much as you want. It's up to you. It's totally customizable, and I can give you a color match. I put the link down below, I think, and it's colormatchbysusie.com. If you want a color match, I'll be happy to do that. Let's get started. All right, I'm going to start, and I'm actually going to use, and we're going to do something fun today. I saw where someone yesterday used our lip liner as a bronzer, so I'm going to use that, and we'll see how we like that too. But we're just going to get started with doing our contour. So these are my contour shades up here. You really could get by with just one, but since I have all the shades and I'll play with all of them, I like to mix and stuff. So where I have some discolorations right there because it's a little bit of melasma, some sunspots and stuff, I kind of like to go in with this lighter color. It's called Walnut, and I put that right I don't really do it in a nice little right there under my cheeks. I kind of do it all over because I just like that little bit of extra coverage that I need for the darker areas. And I don't know why my darker areas are almost right where my contour would go. It's just how the sun decided to damage my skin, and I was a dumb teenager that didn't care and just laid out with baby oil and the sun. Okay, so I've just kind of color corrected a little bit with that. But now we're going to go in with our main contour color, and this is going to be the color. I could use this dark color. I probably should because I really, you know what, we'll do that. I did a little bit in olive, but we'll do some of this indigo too, because you don't have to be scary about these shades. They blend out beautiful. They're cream, and they just kind of move on your face, you know. They just kind of move with your skin, so it's not gonna sit in those lines and those wrinkles. It kind of just takes on that second skin. That's what I love about it. Do you hear my dog snoring? I have another one somewhere. She's over here. It's quiet. My husband's got to work today. My son just left to go to work, and my other son is at work. So it's been quiet the last few minutes. I'm not used to this. I don't know what to think about it. Okay. Oh gosh, she's sawing logs. She is snoring. So that's my contour. Got that on? It's easy right there. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my main highlight shade, and I'm going to use the color Wheat. This is the color that I normally wore, and it's sandy. But this Wheat is really good for discolorations, and since I have a little bit of redness, it's really good at covering some of that redness too. This is our new color, Athens, and I really have been loving using that and mixing that with some of them, but today I think I'm just going to go in with Wheat. And when you first put it on, sometimes you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is not my color. This does not look good. This is crazy. And then you'll want to stop and say, I'm sending it back. I don't like it. If you do purchase it, you have 30 days. So I would encourage you to try it multiple times over the next few weeks and just give it a chance, because I was the same way. When I first got it, I was like, nope, this is the wrong colors. I sent every bit of my stuff back. Someone local that I ran into sold it, and I was like, will you just color match me? And she's like, sure. So I went to her house, and she pulled out her little palette, and she's like, what colors did the other person color match you to? Because we do this online. I have matched hundreds of faces online. Because these colors are so forgiving that, believe it or not, you can get by with a range of shades. And I told her, and she said, well, let's just put those colors on and just see what they look like. She put them on, and I was like, okay. So apparently I was just globbing it on because I was used to how traditional makeup was and how much I always had to use of other makeup, because I was so concerned in stacking everything on my face and just trying to cover up my flaws by caking makeup on top of them, and you really don't. She was just barely touching my face and just put it on, and I was like, I love it. So I rebought from her, of course, but all the same colors that the other lady had matched me to. So the other lady did a good job. I just didn't give it the chance. I tried it on, and I was like, ain't no way. Send it all back. And I wish that I would have just kind of stuck with it. But I will say this, sometimes it does help if you have somebody local. But because I had watched so many videos, and I was like, oh, that looks easy. And it really is that easy. But I just didn't give it the chance. And so having her put that on my face and seeing how barely little bit, because I'm just barely tapping into this, how much you really don't need of the products and you think you do, that's where the difference came in. And we try to really stress that with everyone, but people really don't get it until they start doing it for themselves. And then they're going to do like I did and just start swapping and then putting it on your face, and then it looks crazy. It doesn't blend out well because you have way too much on. You don't need a lot of this makeup. It's really a little bit goes a long way, and then you're going to look more youthful, and it's going to look like a second skin. Okay, I'm just kind of blending as I go along, and I'll do another blend there at the end. So, and never forget this. I have forgotten it before. And then I look in the car mirror, look up something, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've already been at Walmart or Piggly Wiggly or something, and okay. There. Now we're going to go in with my brightening highlight. And I still haven't really done a whole lot there with my nose because I'm going to go over that. Zaz, my friend, my beautiful friend. I'm going to go in with some Sunlit. It's this kind of crazy yellow color here. And I'm just going to pop it. And I have a smidgen on my brush, not a whole lot. And I'm just going to kind of barely feather this. I'm not packing it on, because as we get older, you've got those lines under your eyes. You just can't help it. So you really don't want to put too much on there, because all it does is going to show those lines even more, accentuate them. All right. And I'm going right down the center of my face. And again, I am really tapping just to get just a little bit on right on the end of my brush, because I don't want a lot of product, and you don't need a lot of product. And my face is so far from perfect that I could really have tons of coverage for my flaws, but it just looks more natural and prettier if you just enhance your skin instead of trying to cover it up. My dog is, look, Daisy, you're so rude. I put her to sleep. And then I always just get a little bit and kind of draw little bit small lines for me. And it also cleans up that contour. If you don't use a deep dark contour, this is one way to really make your contour pop more, because like I used Mike is watching. I shared it, honey. I just went on and to the Chromebook over here and actually figured out how to share it. So you don't have to share it. Thank you. Though I figured you were at a customer's house. So now I have got, you know, this all on. I'm going to kind of blend it out a little bit, and I can just use the same side of my brush. Zunia said you were the best, honey. Okay. And all I'm doing is really just kind of stippling. I'm not swiping. I'm not dragging. I'm just kind of stippling it right back into my skin. And I'll do a close-up. I think I can do a close-up on Facebook. Sometimes it lets me. I know it does on Instagram. I don't know if it lets me on Facebook or not. I can't remember. But I'm just going to go through and stipple and kind of press this into my skin. And then kind of blend it all together. Marry those colors together. And then if you go back and you think, oh, because sometimes you'll overblend your contour. If you do that, it's okay. I didn't know. But if you go, you can go back and put on a little bit more. That's totally fine. Because you're going to use such a single layer that if you need to go back and do a little bit here and there, just add more into it. Some people want just a little bit of coverage under their eyes and then like, oh, I want a little pop of brightness, and they'll just go back and maybe just put a little pop right there on the inner corner. There's really no right or wrong way to do makeup. It's just the way that you want to do it that makes you feel beautiful, that makes you feel comfortable. And sometimes it's fun to kind of step outside of your comfort zone just a little bit and see if you do like that, because sometimes people are like, I never do that, but then they'll try something, or sometimes an accident will come along and then you like the way that happens and you're like, okay, it's my new way of doing things. All right. So I don't have my blush on or a bronzer on, but that is my face. So those three colors that I just put on pretty much in a single layer will make up what my foundation is. So these are $16 each. And what I love about it is you can add a little bit more, but if you go to even a drugstore, a foundation is going to be now, you know, $15 on average. You might find a few like Wet n Wild or something that may be $4 and $5, but for the most part, a lot of your Maybelline, CoverGirls, those foundations are going to be, you know, kind of high too, pricey. So this is one though where you can kind of customize if you need more of your main shade or more of your brightening shade to kind of make it work for you, because our skin changes daily. Some days you'll put it on, you'll be like, oh, this is perfect. And the next day you're like, oh, it's a little too dark or it's a little too light. You can kind of mix the colors together and, you know, mix it around and make it your perfect shade. So I'm now going to go with my Perfector sponge. This is damp, and I'm just going to kind of bounce it around. And this is really just kind of pushing that product back into my skin. If it's too damp or too wet, it will remove the product. But if it is just a bouncy and you don't feel any moisture on it, then you're going to know that's the perfect way of just pressing it in. And then if you have any extra setting on your face, it will pick that up. And so that's a good thing, because sometimes people, even me, I've been using this for 2.5 years, I can use too much product sometimes. I get a little happy-handed here. All right, now we're going to go in and we're going to use the color, well, I think we're going to use Maui. And this is the shape brush, and I love to apply my bronzer and my blush with this. You know what? Actually, let's do the bronzer first. Let's use the suede bronzer. So this is actually a lip liner from Seint, but we're going to use it as a bronzer to see if we like it. Suede. Oh yeah, it's pretty and subtle. I like that. I like it better as a bronzer than I do as a lip liner. But our products are very versatile. Uh-oh, somebody's pulling up. It looks like outside. So the dog's, she's fixing to wake up. Sleeping Beauty here. Oh, they're going by. Oh, I really like that as a bronzer. That is so pretty. See, tan line sometimes is a little too orangey for me. Bella is the perfect one. I feel like everybody can wear Bella, but I really like this suede. Oh, that's so pretty. And then always, if you have to, you know, you can drag some down your neck as well. Yep, loving it. All right, now we're gonna go in with our blush and we're gonna use the color Maui. I love this color. It is so pretty, and it's the gloss, and it is unfortunately a limited edition. So if you want it, it'll be available until June, I think 6th. Look how pretty. That just screams summer, and it looks good with my orange shirt. Sweatshirt. It's summertime, but you will see me in sweatshirts all summer long. Do you hear her? Okay. And if I wanted to go in and do a little bit of powdering, I could. And I really don't think I need to, but I will do just a little bit under my eyes just to kind of show you. And I'm going to use the other side of this brush. Sometimes I'll use my damp sponge, but I'm just going to do this right up under my eyes to set so it doesn't crease. And then if you have any lines, like any small lines that you want to set or whatever, now's the time to do it. Let's go in and pop a little bit of an illuminator on. I can pop that right on the end of my nose. And what I love, this is Honey. I love this color. It's very subtle and it doesn't set in these lines right around my eyes like that. This is Cream. So it just kind of moves with your skin and it doesn't set. If I use, and we have powdered illuminators that are gorgeous. I use those on my eyes. But if I use them here, they will set in those. So I love creams for mature skin. I can't believe I have mature skin, but I do. My brain is not mature, but my skin and my body is very mature. My body thinks I'm 90. All right. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to do lips. And I'm going to use that same Maui on my lips. I hope I have my lip liner in here. I may not, because this is my little tray where I put all my brushes and my eyeliners and all that I try to keep handy dandy. You know what? I guess I could use the contour that I used. Why is it not in here? Why can I not be organized? Please riddle me this. Riddle me this. No, I don't have it. I do have a butter knife in here though, in case an intruder comes in. I don't know why there's a butter knife. I probably used it for something. Anyway, whatevs. Oh, here it is. It was right on top. I'm a dodo bird. All right, so I'm going to put on a little bit of a lip balm because I just like for my lips to be hydrated. And then this is a brown lip liner. It's Urban Cafe from NYX. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but when I get down to the nub, I'm going to have to order it, and I hope I can find something similar if they don't, because when I love something, it's hard to find. I'm just going to I'm not going to overdraw my lips. I'm just going to draw on the lines. And I can't talk when I do it. I'm not that good. And I love it because this brown makes your teeth look whiter. It just does. It does better. Like reds make my teeth look more yellow. But a brown color, I love a brown lip liner. And then I'll do that and I'll kind of press it in because that lip balm that I put on helps it spread. And I'll just kind of tap around. And now I'll go in with the Maui, the same color that I have on my cheeks. So pretty. I love it. I really do love this. I love Maui. So here's your sign to go buy Maui if you do not have it yet. It is so pretty. It's perfect for summer. Especially if you don't want to do anything but put a little bit of moisturizer and a little bit of bronzer and just like a little bit of a flush, because it's just a peachy flush and I love it. That's it. That's my face in a nutshell. So if you want to color match, I would love to do it for you. Colormatchbysusie.com. And thank you for watching, and thank you for keeping Dixie company, because you probably slept right along with her if you stayed on this long.